Welcome back to the Great War Western Front. We've got some new developments here. As I'm sure you have noticed, these are a lot of American flags on our lines. Since the last episode, we had the U.S. join the war. I advanced a couple of turns. We're now in July 1917. And the U.S. Has 4 corps now in France. So I moved them all to Châtillon-sur-Marne, which is a region where I had just 4 French corps there. So I spread those out to some other areas where I needed more French troops to help out along the line. And to avoid getting that penalty from multiple nationalities in one spot, I just put all 4 of my American corps in a more lightly defended sector. And that ended up being the first one they attack here. So I don't have any American tanks yet. We're without armor support. We just have 4 American corps. We've got our artillery. And we do have, I believe, a British air wing providing support for us. So this is a nice map. We've got a good open area across the middle. I'm a little concerned about these woods. They can pop out there and really give me a bad time. So I've got a machine gun covering it from that angle and a mortar from the other side. And with the technology, I did upgrade my mortars. They're going to deal out more damage now. I noticed my mortars were a little underpowered last time. So hopefully that boost from the technology will make them a little more effective, especially if we have to push back some German tanks that we're getting hit with. That's going to be what gives me trouble from here on out is the tanks. They are really hard to take down when you don't have your own tanks. A few people did mention that mortars are an effective counter to tanks, but their tanks busted right through my lines and took out my mortars. I tried moving them a little further back, but it didn't seem to be enough to keep the mortars out of harm's way. And they're also prone to suppression. So maybe the answer is that I need to just keep updating my technology. I think one of the later mortar technologies lets you fortify the position a little bit, make them more resistant to, more resistant to artillery. And there we go. There's that first tank. I'm going to order my mortar to hit it. We'll see if it actually does anything. Let's see if it might be too close now and to be in range. It's tempting to try to use a bomber. Oh, they've got a bomber out. So let's get some fighters here to take on this bomber. I am starting to see some of my units break. Let's see if I can get this guy taken out. I already lost a machine gun position, but it looks like we'll have this tank taken out. So hopefully these reinforcements coming in will be enough that I can start to retake this. Just not quick enough on this bomber. I'm right there. I was hoping we'd knock out the bomber before they had a chance to take out my mortar position, but that does not look like the case. We will get our infantry units in place to help hold off this assault. Oh, here we go. This is a big one. And I don't have the artillery for it. Maybe I should have brought more artillery. Now I'm starting to feel like that one heavy artillery battery I brought is just not sufficient. We're taking some really heavy assaults here. How are things holding up on the rest of the line? Just fine, actually. We'll have that tank knocked out shortly. And this is just too many guys in one spot for us. Hopefully we can take out these stormtroopers before they get too close to me. There we go. They are running. And they've got a bunch of units here. I'm just going to pepper that spot with artillery. Hopefully keep them suppressed enough that my guys can get in the trenches. I'm wondering about counterattacking here. I really want to push back, but I don't have the artillery for it right now. I'm just going to count on my guys being able to hide in the woods and get in these trenches quickly.
Attention. We have new orders. On the line. We have new orders.
So let's see. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. All right, they're coming over the top, which is, I mean, it works for me. If they want to do that. Let's see, we'll move up and take this next trench out. If I can get that position taken, that's just more time under rifle fire for them. This battle's going to be close. Those elite infantry are a little more powerful than my guys, but we have the numbers advantage. I'm hoping this artillery is going to bring them down a little bit before they get to me. And they're just hitting me hard with artillery. This right side is having a very tough time. But it looks like this far right trench is going to hold. We are just barely going to squeak it out against those elite infantry. Just barely. And yeah, these are just big waves coming at me on the right side. Wonder if I can pull some of these guys off and just shift a little mass to the left. Let's see. I think I've got enough units here if they try something. And I'm going to try to move these guys through the trenches, keep them out of harm's way as much as I can. Though that's not very much. Let's see. I'm going to drop this artillery right here. And just hopefully force them to keep their heads down. Let's just move up bit by bit here. I don't want to lose any troops that I don't have to. And then keep as many trenches occupied as I can so that we can maximize the amount of rifle fire going out. Here we go, more troops all across the front, but we should be able to hold without too much trouble on the rest of the front. It's just this right side that's looking a little scary. So far, the casualty numbers are definitely in our favor. Uh-oh. I didn't realize that trench was occupied. Let's send 2 companies at him then. Hopefully when this first company gets in, I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we can use this break in the fire to hopefully take this next trench. And not even close. So that was another failure. I'll just drop artillery on him and put that one to bed. Wonder where I'm getting that fire from, that sniper fire. Hope I didn't lose you there. Just got an unfortunate Microsoft Copilot notification, what I definitely need while gaming, and that popped up and closed out my window. With these 2 bigger companies, I should be able to make it to this trench, but man, those German elite infantry are really putting a number on me. I'll take that ceasefire right away. I think we won the numbers game there and didn't give up any ground. Let's see how this looks. So here we go. Only 200 gold of replenishment cost, over 1100 for them. They lost a lot more, over 3,300 elite infantry alone. We only lost 2,000 basic infantry. And then of course our medals there really help us out. -9 national will, and we're getting to the point where we can start thinking about wearing down their national will to win. So we came out ahead there, plus 64 gold, plus 110 supply. Great result on that front. And they're down to 379 national will, so still a ways to go, but they're on their way. Now we're getting hit in the same sector again. It's going to be a little tougher this time. I hope I've got enough to hold it off. So compared to the last battle, I set up a few more trenches, upgraded a few more trenches. I have 2 batteries of artillery now, and the ammo cache. So I'll be able to use a lot more artillery to defend against these attacks. Tried to use probably a similar density of mortars and machine guns, and I'm just going to try to keep a better eye out for their bombers incoming. Now we're facing 13 German corps this time, so they're going to be coming hard at us. They have a ton of supply, and I did try to concentrate a little more on this right side since that's where they attacked last time. Placed a little bet that that's how they're going to come at me again, but still remains to be seen how that's going to shake out. No planes in the air yet. I've just got to be on my toes to send fighters right away if there's a bomber, because I need to protect my guns from my mortars and machine guns from their bombers. I spent a decent amount of supply on those, so I want to make sure I actually get use out of them. Now, I do have gas attack, and the thing I didn't think about with the ammo cache is, yeah, cutting the supply cost in half works great for precision barrages, cuts it from 8 to 4. When you're firing a lot of those, it makes a difference, but for the gas attack, cuts it from 80 to 40. So that really makes a big difference there. I don't know how useful gas attacks will be on the defensive, but if I see a big cloud of infantry coming at me, I might try a gas attack this time.
Team's ready.
Let's see, we've got the first tank coming at me. I see more infantry. And there we go, there's the tank. Oh, and already lost the mortar. So I would not call that a success. Let's try this. Let's do some gas attacks on their way to my lines and see what it actually does to their troops. I don't have the advanced gas technology right now, just the basic technology. So if they have gas masks that are good, it might not do a ton. Oh, bomber. Let's get fighters in here right away. I said fighters. So they're hitting me with quite a bit, but they didn't make a ton of progress. These elites aren't going to break through. They captured one trench, but it's really not too much they did. Yeah, with this one trench gone, I'm going to hit it with artillery, and we should be able to recapture it.
Load them up. Load for area. Start the barrage.
Now this is an advanced trench, so it'll provide a little more protection from artillery. But I really just need them weakened, and then I need to be able to take my troops in there without getting hit by rifle fire. So they look weak enough, and I'm hoping I timed it right that they can get close enough before getting hit by rifle fire. Let's see. Nope. Sometimes they pull back and regroup on the way to the trenches. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but that's what we got. However, my troops got up quick enough that we'll be able to break through in melee and recapture this trench. Holding ground isn't as important, but I just want to make sure that I've got the most rifles on target that I can. So there we go. We recaptured that trench. Let's pull these guys out since they are damaged. I want to keep fresher companies in wherever I can. How does the rest of my line look? Pretty solid. No one's really too beat up. We could pull this company back while I've got a little lull in the action.
Firing position. Looks like we're late to the party.
And then once they... Oh, I thought they were going to pull back.
We're pulling back.
Once they get out, I'll call in another company to backfill this trench. Actually, I'll just bring these guys up and have the fresh troops take this other trench further back. So first wave went pretty well. I'm curious exactly how effective that gas attack was. 40 supply, even though it's half of the 80, it's still not insignificant. It matters to spend that much supply on one attack. Though I'm not too worried about the strategic level and how much supply I'm burning through right now. I think I'm doing okay there. I was expecting another big attack since they hit me with some artillery. Maybe not. Maybe not just yet. How are my fighters looking? We get 2 refueling right now. There we go. All set. Here comes the next wave.
Set positions. Ready. Gas volley. Fire.
And if that's where they're hitting me, I imagine that's going to be where they try to bring their troops through. So let's drop some gas there and make them run through that to get to my trenches. I thought they were going to come a little further left, or else I would have aimed that artillery different. The cloud's still there, but I'm not... Oh, there is the little gas icon on these guys. So they are suffering some morale damage, it looks like, from having to go through all that gas. My only real objective is to make them severely weakened by the time they get to my trenches. If we can do that, I consider it a big success. I want them to be probably a quarter strength by the time they get into my trenches, and if we can do that, then we can win in the melee. But now they're getting to these next couple of trenches still mostly intact. I think that smoke cover's helping them a lot. That really makes my weapons much less effective. And I've got to upgrade my infantry technology. It's not top of the line right now. I know we're using some older stuff, so we don't have the benefit of some of those, the real updated infantry equipment where it increases their damage output from the rifles. It feels like early in the game that might not matter as much, but as you progress, especially when you're dealing with smoke, then it just makes everything a little tougher to deal with. I'm going to keep up the artillery fire on these. I just want them to stay pinned down, so if I have to bring up reinforcements, they can't fire on me too easily. And I want to keep wearing those down so that if they do try to rush me, that it's harder for them to do, and their units are in worse shape to do it. I see another bomber coming in, so I'll get some fighters inbound. I haven't seen any other tanks lately. And now that I said that, I probably summoned one. Hopefully that's not the case. Let's see. It's gonna be tight if I can hold off on in this trench. There we go. We've got a fighter on the tail here. I think we should knock this bomber down pretty quick. And I almost have another artillery battery ready. I'm just gonna keep these trenches full. Let's see. There we go. We'll hold this trench. Let's move up, and that's right. We can keep moving through these trenches. So maybe there is some benefit in connecting them. I was pretty anti-connected trenches before, but now it's starting to grow on me on the defensive. And here we go. Here's the tank. Exactly what I didn't want to see. I have some artillery, but it's gonna be tough to drop artillery on that tank unless it goes stationary. I don't know that it's worth it. Maybe just a regular barrage here. I'm trying to pick the right spot to do this. This tank should be taking plenty of rifle fire. Yeah, they got these guys so bunched up. I'd hope the artillery is able to do some serious damage. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good spot for my artillery now that I sent it. But I will just keep the trenches full, keep bringing in more guys. We should knock this tank out momentarily. I think we've got control of the skies here. I think we knocked out both of their bombers, and our fighters pulled back just for fuel. So there we go. I think we're holding this. Yeah, I think we're holding this attack back. They've got the front couple of trenches, but we can, I think we'll be able to counterattack them actually. Especially once our artillery knocks out the rest of their troops that are in these trenches. There we go. So there we go. We've got artillery hitting that main trench there. We'll be able to recapture one trench. Move these guys up. Where are the rest of my troops? There we go. Now they're advancing without smoke, so our rifle fire should be a bit more effective. We'll get another company in place here, and that'll just add to the volume of fire we're able to put out. Yeah, there we go. Now it's another full company at firing positions now. We can start to whittle down these companies coming at us a little quicker. And we're not doing too bad. I think we've got a pretty good set of troops on the defensive here. Ooh, that's going to be a little tricky now that they're in this trench. Let's see what we can do. I don't want to go over the top this quick, but... Oh, gotta hit these guys. I don't want them taking shots at my troops as I'm advancing. Looks like my troops are getting hit by their artillery as I'm getting into the trenches. I think that's what my trouble is. Now this is just a regular company, so we'll retake that one, no trouble. These elites are tough. They can really hold out in hand-to-hand. All right, and now we have just that one company holding ground right here. Let's fast forward a little bit. I could hit them with some more artillery. Oh, ceasefire, there we go. So we held. They attacked me with, what, 10 core and then 13? And both were repelled by my 4 brand new, fresh American cores. Let's see what these results look like. Again, less than 300 cost to replenish. They were over 1,500 or almost 1,500. And yeah, we just tore through their elite infantry. They sent a lot of them at us, and it's a major victory. So that ended at -8 national will. It's going to take us a little bit to wear them down, but I know as we get deeper into the game, there are some more events which start to work on the national will. Let's see what else we've got here for events. Get plus 20 national will if we can capture Rethel. And then defeat 3 heavy artillery companies, which we should do pretty quickly when we go on the offensive. If you watched the last episode, we were attacking Leon. I kind of pulled off of that for a little bit, just because they had it so well defended. Looks like they might have moved some companies around. And with the Americans taking over this sector, I was able to throw some more French troops in this area. Let's get some American tanks to help hold this sector. And let's see. Still no American planes. I wonder if that'll come later, or if it'll just stick with British and French. And I'm not sure what the American tanks are actually like, so that'll be interesting to check out next time. So I'm going to call it there for today. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series, and have a good one.